Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maritza Olmos. I am the operations manager for the Silmar office at Greater LA County Vector Control District. And this year we had our first locally acquired dengue case, which occurred in Panorama City. So just to give you an overview of what our response looked like. So when we were initially notified, we came up with a game plan. We knew we wanted to conduct door to door. We knew we wanted to conduct trapping, notify the public of our activities in the area, and that we wanted to conduct truck mounted treatments as well. So for our door to door, we divvied up the 150 meters into 5 different sections. So we had 5 teams. We selected our most seasoned staff for this initial door to door. And the way we do our teams is teams of 2. We do a male and a female just because it helps soften our approach. If you have a stay-at-home mom or you have grandma at home watching the kids, they're less likely to let in 2 intimidating males at the front door. We also knew that this neighborhood was primarily a Spanish-speaking community, so we were fortunate enough to be able to put at least 1 bilingual individual in each team, which was very, very helpful. Something that we did differently for this case than we do for our other cases is that we assigned 1 specific person for each team to run logistics. And the reason we did this is because we knew that we wanted to fog every single property we had access to. For the logistics individual, we usually have either a senior VCS, a supervisor, or a manager running that role. And that's just because aside from the treatments, they also handle any escalations out in the field. For the properties we did not have access to, we leave literature and we leave door hangers, letting them know that we'll be back within 48 hours. And it has very specific information. They can text or call the line directly, which helps streamline the process. For our truck mounted treatment, we did 1 night of a walls treatment, which we utilized 3 vehicles. We have our lead truck, our spray truck, and our follow truck, and we treated an area of 40 acres. For our ULV treatment, much bigger area, 220 acres, and we did 3 alternating nights. We actually divided the map in half, and our Santa Fe Springs office was able to treat half the map while we treated the other. Also utilizing 3 vehicles, the lead truck, the spray truck, and the follow truck. You don't need necessarily 6 folks, but we did take the opportunity to cross-train additional staff in these new roles. And then you have to be mindful of the wind. The wind will change on you, so planning ahead for any wind direction changes. To give you a brief timeline of our response, we were initially notified by LA County Department of Public Health of an individual that was being tested for dengue that did not have any travel history. We met briefly. We were actually already planning to conduct a door-to-door the following day for a travel associated case, so we quickly switched gears. We wanted to prioritize the locally acquired case instead. And we started off with our door-to-door response for 83 parcels. It included property inspections, source reduction and treatments, and then the handheld fogging for every property that we had access to. As I mentioned, we left literature and door hangers for the ones that were not home or unavailable, and our lab was able to set traps at 6 different locations. The next day, Wednesday the 25th, we already had residents calling us back. So we started offering inspections right off the bat. Our staff went out to post all of our notifications for the upcoming truck mounted treatments. And the public was notified via social media, Facebook, and Nextdoor of our activity in the area. Next day, Thursday the 26th, we conducted our first night of truck mounted treatment, our walls treatment, as well as the ULV treatment. Residents were still calling in, so we were running additional callbacks. And for the properties that had not gotten back to us, we started knocking on those doors once again. Since we were only doing treatments for the walls for 1 night, we collected those specific notifications, and then our lab was able to do trapping at those same 6 locations. On Saturday the 28th, we conducted our second night of truck mounted treatment. This was for the ULV only, and then the staff stayed behind to knock on those doors once again. It is important to note that the day prior, on Friday, LA County Department of Public Health went out to offer testing to the residents, and they were notified that there is dengue in the area. So that could have led to additional access on that Saturday. On Monday, the 30th of September, we conducted our last truck mounted treatment. The staff was able to go out and conduct additional inspections, and then they knocked on those doors once again. We collected all of our spray notifications, and then our lab was also able to trap at those same 6 locations. On Wednesday the 2nd and Thursday the 3rd, the staff wrapped up all of their inspections and all of their follow-ups. So when you have very, very hardworking staff that's very, very dedicated and very charming, they're able to get access into over 97% of the properties. Really, really great results. We haven't had these results in the past, but we've also thrown a lot more resources to this locally acquired case. Overall, there was a decrease in abundance, and I believe the LA County Department of Public Health tested at least 20 individuals, and they all came back negative, so we did not have any additional cases in that area. Some key takeaways. You want to rotate your staff to avoid burnout. A lot of our folks were very eager to come in all 3 nights of the truck mounted treatment, but it does take a toll. So sometimes you have to protect them from themselves. Technology is not always reliable, so try to have backup plans just in case. And for our truck mounted treatments, we are still utilizing paper maps, which do take a lot of time to put together. They're difficult to see at night, and since you do have to plan for wind direction changes, then that means you have to make more maps. And I know I just mentioned that technology is not always reliable, but we are in the middle of developing a new tablet application that will help streamline this out in the field. You definitely want to have an understanding of the different areas within the district. In the San Fernando Valley, we know that there is a lack of temperature aversion and a lack of wind. At times, we were only getting 1 mile per hour. And so because of that, we knew we were going to have to rely very heavily on our handheld ULV treatments and applications. And you have to be very mindful of the languages spoken. We went in planning that a lot of the residents were going to speak Spanish, which they did. But there was one particular street with a stretch of homes that the residents actually spoke Russian. And because luck was on our side, we had a seasonal staff member, part of the 80s team, that actually spoke Russian. So that helped us out. So you have to have a really, really good understanding of what you're going into. Overall, in 8 working days, the operations put in 365 hours, site tech put in 52, and communications put in 27. We hit them hard, we hit them early, and we were successful. We finished off 2024 with 2 locally acquired cases and 143 travel associated cases, which we responded to all of them. And with that, if anyone has any questions.